Dear students, welcome to today's class on personnel planning and recruitment. In the last class, we covered all of these topics. So we saw what a workforce planning is, we found out how to forecast demand and supply of candidates, then we discussed about inside and outside candidates, and finally we saw what is personnel skills inventory, what is personnel replacement chart, and what is succession planning. Now, all of you guys, do you by any chance remember this photo from the last video? Remember, I promised you guys that in today's video, I'm going to start with the difference between recruitment and selection. So what is the difference between these two terms? There is a very subtle difference between these two. So rather than giving you the bookish definition right now, I'm going to show you the difference step by step, very slowly. Now, in order to understand the difference, listen to the lecture very carefully for the next 2 to 3 minutes. Let's think of a small scenario here. Let's draw a picture for the moment. So this is a white canvas. Now let's assume there is a company ABC, which is very popular among all of you. It has a really wonderful office. It is a really reputed company. You always wanted to work for it, and everybody wants to work for that company. It's like a dream job for everyone. Now say this company suddenly gives a job advertisement. Now the moment the job advertisement comes public, one of the job applicants start running towards the company just to apply for that post. It happens right away. Now within just the next 1 hour, news about the job advertisement starts spreading. And more people start running towards the company. All of them want to apply for that job, right? So we have another person running towards the job, and then another lady running towards the job. So it's that lucrative. So everyone is attracted towards that job and attracted towards that company. Now, the job is so popular that even at one moment, Usain Bolt starts running towards the company like crazy. And following him, within the next 3 days, people start coming in to apply for the job post in groups. So thousands of groups of people are coming in to apply. So all of them are running towards the company. Why? Because the company is so popular that everyone is attracted towards that company. So I would like to take a pause right here. Whatever I have explained till now, can I summarize the whole thing in just 1 or 2 words? Yes. What happened here? Basically, the company successfully attracted a lot of people, a pool of candidates or a group of candidates who wants to apply for the job in their organization. In very easy terms, that is what recruitment is. Finding and attracting people to apply for a job in the organization. Again, recruitment is the process of finding and attracting people to apply for a job in the company. Now, I must tell you this, that it is a very simple definition of recruitment. There are some other parts of this definition which I will explain later. But this is the simplest definition. So yes, whatever an organization does to find out and attract a pool of candidates or a group of candidates, that is recruitment. Now let's move on to the next phase of the picture. Now, everyone wants to get a job in this company. But will everyone get hired? No. Let me explain. Once everyone applies, so the application deadline is over, then these two people are sitting right there for taking interviews of all the applicants. Why? To find out the best candidate or the best applicant for the company. So they are going to take interviews, they are going to take tests and everything else and find out who is the best among these people. Now, let's say they have started the process with the guy at the bottom. So they have interviewed this guy, and after doing the interview and the test, they found out that this person is not going to be a very good fit for the company. So they reject his application and the person just goes away. Now after that, the HR managers move on to these group of people. So the same thing applies. They interview each one of them. Now after everything is done, the hiring managers do not like these people as well. So they get rejected as well. And so they take a 180-degree turn and went back home just like that. Now the hiring managers want to take the interview of the next candidate. So this time, after the interview, they were really surprised with the performance. So they really liked this girl and they offered her the job. So this candidate actually passes the interview and the test and finally gets hired for the job and gets to the other side of the world. Now finally, the managers moves on to the final candidate and they also interview him. And in the case of this guy, the HR managers also like him because of his hardworking mentality and dedication to work. So they also offer him a job and he gets to go to the other side of the world and gets a job offer from them. So both of them are happy now, as both of them are hired. Now, regarding the second phase of this picture, can I summarize what happened here? In the second phase, the hiring managers actually used multiple methods, interviews, presentations, tests, to screen out the best applicants and hire them. So from a group of all the people who applied for the job, the hiring managers eliminated a lot of people and hired the best two candidates here. And this process is called selection. Why? The hiring managers selected the final candidates using multiple methods. Now again, that is a very simple definition. I will give you the bookish definition very soon, don't worry. Now before that, make sure you get the difference between recruitment and selection. On the one side of the picture, I explained recruitment, which is in very easy terms, a process of finding and attracting a group of people to apply for the job. And on the other hand, in the second phase of the picture, I have explained selection. So what is that? After all the people have applied for the job, selection is about using multiple methods to eliminate some applicants and screen out the best applicants for the job in that organization. Alright, now that the simple definition is over, let's take a look at the more formal definition. Trust me, you are masters of recruitment and selection right now. The formal definition is going to be like a piece of cake. Let's take a look. What is recruitment and what is selection? Recruitment is the process of finding and attracting applicants for the employers or organizations' open or vacant job positions. And on the other hand, selection is the process of using various screening tools such as interview, exam, or presentation to screen out candidates and hire the best applicants. Alright? Now, today, in the present lecture, I'm going to show you in detail what are the different recruitment methods and what are the different ways of attracting candidates to apply for a job post. I'm not going to explain selection any further because this is the topic of the next chapter, which will be conducted by my Shamis. Now, before I go into the details of recruitment, I guess there might be a very crucial question in some of your minds. If I'm not wrong, the question might be, why do we need to attract candidates? I mean, the moment any job posting is there in an organization, people will automatically apply. You do not need to attract them, right? That's what you are thinking. Very valid question. Very, very valid. I know what you are thinking and I know why. Now let me explain with two different examples. Number one, let us assume of a small company or a startup. Obviously, they need to attract people. Why? Because it is a new company. People or the general public do not know of that company as of yet, right? So for the startup, obviously they need to attract people. They need to let people know that they exist. Otherwise, even though this new company has huge potential, it might be a very big company in the future. Right now, people may not be willing to apply for a new company. Why? Maybe they're scared to apply, thinking whether it's a good company, whether it is safe to join the company, and that sort of stuff. I'm sure you understand what do I mean by that. Alright? So for the startups, it is very easy to understand that why do they need recruitment process. But let's move on to the big companies. Say Coca-Cola. or Unilever? Do they need to attract people? I mean, the moment people hear their name, automatically people will apply, right? That is true. But here we need a recruitment process as well. Why? I'll give you the detailed reasons later. But here is one of the most simple reasons. Let me explain. Say Google gives a job post. Now, for a specific job post, they want to hire someone who must have a programming knowledge. Now, after giving the job post, they found out that 1 billion people have applied. Now, sadly, after going through all of these applications, they found out that 90 million of these people do not have any programming language. Some of them have not even completed their undergraduate degree. Some of them have not even completed their O levels, A levels, or even SSC, HSC. Now, it is going to be very difficult to go through all of these applications, all of these 90 million applications, and that even for nothing. I mean, these 90 million people do not have the minimum qualification needed for that job role. It takes a lot of money and a lot of effort to go through these 90 million applications. So in this case, they were able to attract people, but many of these people did not have the minimum qualification they asked for. So yes, for this reason, there is a need for a recruitment process where the qualified people get attracted. This is one of the simplest examples. So yes, big organizations need recruitment as well, because they have to attract those people who have at least the minimum qualifications they need. So the organizations have to create a pool of candidates, attract a pool of candidates, a group of candidates, and in that group, majority should have the least qualifications that is needed for the job. Otherwise, attracting unnecessary candidates is a big hassle for the company. Let me give you another even simpler example here. Say I want to hire a footballer for Real Madrid or Barcelona, or even a cricketer. Now say I give the job post. Now 1,000 people are attracted and they applied for the job. Now after going through the CVs, I find out that 900 of these people haven't even seen a football in their life, or even a cricket ball in their life. So attracting these many CVs, these many candidates who do not have the minimum qualification is not going to help any company. And that is why we need an effective recruitment process. Now, how do we ensure that we have an effective recruitment process? How do we ensure that we attract the qualified ones? That's what I'm going to show you in the upcoming videos. Now, how can an organization attract candidates? What are the things that attract people to apply for a job post in a given company? Again, this is just a summary. I'll explain later in the videos. So number one, obviously the employer brand. That is very important. I guess all of you can relate to that very well. Whenever you hear the name Unilever or HSBC, you are really attracted to apply for that job post. Why? Because they have a very strong employer brand. The second point of attraction, salary. So yes, we do work for money. For some people, not all, for some people, salary may be one of the really important factors to get attracted to that job post. What are some of the other factors of attraction? Working environment. So yes, we are attracted to the working environment of a workplace. And we have also the quality of the job advertisement. So yes, if the job advertisement is not attractive, many of us will not be willing to apply for a job. So there are many other factors. Just to give you an idea, even the look of the job website or the career website is very important. Now, if you remember from one of the last videos, this is the career website of Walt Disney. This is really attractive. So those who want to work in animation or movie making, for them, the quality of the website is really, really important. So these are some of the factors of attraction. Again, there are many other ways and many other factors when it comes to attracting job applicants. These factors will come in the later videos. So till now we have seen how to attract candidates. Now what about how to select candidates or select the best applicants? Again, this is part of selection. I'm briefly showing you the methods. I'm not going to go into the detail of selection because it is going to be explained in the later chapter by my Shamis. So what are some of the different selection methods? Again, number one, assessment test. So when you apply for a job, many of you will have to sit for a test. Then we have interviews. That's the most common one. And finally, we have presentations. So in many selection methods, we will have to give presentations in front of the hiring board. So these are some of the selection methods. In detailed discussion will be done in the next chapter by my Shanis. So before closing, what is recruitment and selection? Recruitment is about finding and attracting applicants. So here we are basically inviting the applicants to apply. So we want them to apply, right? So we are telling them to come to us. On the other hand, in the selection process, we are using various tools to screen out the candidates and hire the best applicant. That's all for this video. Hope to see you soon in the next one.